Hello my dear friends, Namaste. Today we're going to talk about breath. When we do physical exercises, which are called postures or asanas in Sanskrit, every asana basically has a very long list of benefits, but the thing is that if the asana is performed without proper breathing, those benefits are nullified. So we are losing the idea just because we do not breathe properly and correctly. The main and very important, very useful breath in yoga is called full yogic breathing. This is when we use diaphragm for our inhalations and exhalations. How to understand where we use diaphragm? We will do the following. First of all, sit comfortably. You can sit on a chair if you want. You can even lie down if you want. While inhaling, we want our belly to expand first. Inhaling, belly grows big, and then the chest grows big. So our second hand will feel that in the expansion and rising of the chest. When we exhale, the chest decreases and the belly goes in. Let's try. Inhale, belly goes out. In the end of the inhale, chest goes up. Exhaling from the chest first, from the belly to the very last drop of breath second. Okay, I want to promise you that it is not easy, because if that was very easy, everybody would live 120 years and not have any disease. It is something that we need to work on. Okay, so I invite you to be patient and try again. How to remember what goes where first, what goes second. The image of a vessel would help. Okay, so imagine how you pour water into a glass. It first goes to the bottom of the glass and then fills it up to the top. That's inhale. The incoming air first goes down, the belly expands, and then fills it up to the brim. Okay, when we exhale, we pour the water out. First it goes out from the top and then to the very last drop from the bottom. Okay, this is how we can remember what to do exactly. Okay, so we will try now. Sit comfortably. You can pad your butt with folding your mat once or even twice. It is always easier to sit on something elevated to maintain your back straight. Okay, shoulders down or anything that works for you. You can sit on a pillow, you can sit on a chair, or you can even lie down. So, sitting straight, chin slightly tucked down, put your hands where comfortable, and we will start paying attention to where the air goes. It really helps to use your hands. Inhaling, belly expands, then the chest expands. Exhaling, chest decreases, belly goes in. Inhale, inflate the belly, inflate the chest. Exhale, deflate the chest, deflate the belly. Keep using your hands if you need. We'll do it for 1 minute. Try not to force it. to lift shoulders. At this point, you can stop the video and breathe for as long as you are willing to practice. The warning, though, very important warning, that when we learn how to breathe, we do not want to force. You must not force, because the harm, if we force it, is bigger than the good from the breathing, from the practicing this, any type of breathing. Okay, so you should feel relaxed and comfortable. And also a word of inspiration. We in Sanskrit call breathing practices pranayama. It is a loose translation because pranayama is much deeper than simple breathing exercises, but we use it for just convenience, because the breath breathing exercises, they influence prana, which is life force, to be more efficient and to get to all the organs and systems in the body. So we believe that there are thousands, dozens of thousands of energy channels in our bodies, and if some organ or some area does not receive enough prana, then what happens? There is inflammation, there are chronic diseases, there's lots of aches and pains. We do not want that. And it is easy to remove by just learning to breathe properly. So your first step is full yogic breathing. And I do not want to let you go before I share with you some inspiring information from yogic philosophy. In yoga, we believe that every person, when they are born, are given, allocated a certain amount of breaths for their lifespan. And when we are out of this amount, the life is over. So think about it. If we breathe slowly, then we live longer. And if we breathe correctly, we even live longer and healthier. So how amazing is that? Now, an average person usually takes between 10 to 16 breaths a minute. When we begin practicing and we are consistent with this practice, this amount greatly reduces. So if you are curious to measure how it goes with you, just use your timer, measure your breath in a minute, and then try the same after a few weeks of practice, and you will be surprised that your breath has much lower rate. Okay, so yogic breath is approximately 4 or 5 breaths a minute. It's a huge achievement if you get there. But again, remember this warning that I said earlier: no forcing. You have to give it some time. Forcing does harm. It does not do any good. Remember that. So no forcing, just patience, love to yourself, and practice. Namaste.